Okay, so here on the selector box for the pins, we have pin 1 set to current in, and pin 2 set to current out, current minus. Pin 3 is set to voltage positive, and pin 4 is set to voltage negative. So we're about to supply current into 1, out of 2, and read the voltage across pins 3 and 4. This is the voltmeter. We're going to read the voltage. The current source, which is currently set to 50 microamps. We have 050. This light indicates the decimal, and we can move the decimal with the selector knob here on the units. So there's 50 microamps. We will select from standby to positive to put current out to the system. And this is the ammeter that we will use to verify the current flow. So if I move the selector now from standby to plus, I'm now putting 50 microamps through the system. I can confirm I've got 50.29 microamps here, and we're reading 50.92 millivolts on the voltmeter. Okay, so now we'll take our second measurement, and we're going to change the direction of the current flow. We're going to go, pin 1 is going to be negative current, and pin 2 is going to be positive current. And now if we turn on the current source, we will still get our 50 microamps, and now we have minus 56 millivolts instead of plus 56 millivolts, which makes sense because we're applying current the opposite direction. Okay, then after you take your second set of measurements, we're going to continue just changing the pin assignment. So for the resistivity measurements, we'll have current going on pins 1 and 2, positive and negative, then current on pins 2 and 3, positive and negative, then current on pins 3 and 4, positive and negative, and then current on pins 4 and 1, positive and negative, to complete the cycle. Okay, so once we finish the resistivity measurements, we'll take the Hall measurements. For Hall measurements, you use a cross current and voltage path. So we're going to be using pins 1 and 3 for the current, and pins 2 and 4 for the voltage. So 1 is on positive current, 2 is on negative current, 3 is on negative current, 2 is on positive voltage, and 4 is on negative voltage. So we're going to turn this back on. We're still set to our 50 microamps. And now in this configuration, we see we have a positive 21 millivolts. That's with no magnetic field. If I now turn on the power supply to the magnet, we'll see everything ramping up here. And when the power supply is stable, the magnetic field is stable, and now we go from a positive 21 millivolts to a positive 34 millivolts. Then I will turn off the magnetic field. As the magnetic field dissipates, the voltage will come back down to what it previously was, in this case positive 21 millivolts, and we're done with our measurement. I will now turn the current back to standby.